Hello everyone and welcome back to MixBuzz TV, mixing and mastering tutorials on YouTube. Today, part 6 of our ultimate compression tutorial, we're gonna take a look at parallel compression and mid-side compression. So let's start with this last one. What it does, mid-side compression, it allows you to compress independently what's in the mid-channel from what is in the sides, in the stereo portion of the audio. Why would you use it? Well, first of all, I don't find myself using mid-side compression that often in mixing, but I think is a useful technique for mastering, for example. When I want to widen the stereo width of a mix, that is an occasion in which I find it useful. It's a great technique to widen the stereo image, but still have control. Or, for example, you have a problem like the bass drum is a little louder, and usually the bass is in the mid channel, so you want to like compress that portion of the signal only and leave the sides alone. Or maybe you have kick and snare poking a little bit too much in the mid channel. That's a common problem, but you like the overheads and the room in the drum and you don't want to lower those elements in the sides. So these are just a couple of examples in which you can use mid-side compression. And you can use it for sound designing and weird stuff. But let's start with the drum bus, which is pretty common. Okay, so with a mid-side compressor, let's open up the Elysia Alpha compressor, which has a mid-side mode here and a channel link function. So this side here on the left, it takes care of the mid compression, and the right side here, it takes care of the sides compression. So if we link the channels, as you see, when I move one control, the other one moves too, and the compression is linked. So let's hear that. You see the gain reduction meters is linked. If I unlink it, if I unlink the channels, you'll see the mid channel, which is always higher in volume. There's more information in the mid channel than the sides, being compressed a lot more. Okay. The results is the room sound, especially if you listen to the snare. It comes alive. It is more present. The room sound, especially in the snare decay, is more present. Why? Because the transients in the side, it gets compressed less than the information in the mid channel, so it appears wider and you can hear more room. Without it, at the same time, you can see when the cymbals hit, the compressor, it takes care of it. It kind of massages it. It tames the cymbals a little bit, and you can see it the way the compressor releases the sides information. Take a look at the gain reduction meter when the cymbals hit. You see? Without it. Now, if I just to hear the difference, switch to LR mode, so to stereo mode, here, listen how different this sounds. Mid side. Okay. Stereo mode. It's just wider, and the kick and the snare just sit better. This was just a very simple example on drums, but you can do it on a whole mix. As we said before, I do like it in mastering. So let's imagine that we have a mastering session and we don't have access to the whole mix. Again, let's keep it in mid-side mode, and at the beginning we keep the channels linked because I want to move one set of controls and have the other side move along with it.
You make it hard, I wanna stop and stare. Behind those eyes, what else you got?
Okay, just a touch of compression just to make it sounds a little more glued together. And this is mid-side with the channels linked, which means the amount of gain reduction applied is the same in the mid channel and the side channel, regardless the level exceeding the threshold. Meaning, we said it before, in the mid channel there's a lot more information and the level of the mid channel will always be higher than the level in the sides. So the mid channel is triggering the compressor, and when the channels are linked, the gain reduction is applied on the mid and the sides equally. We can see it from the gain reduction meter here.
You make it hard, I wanna stop and
Let's compensate.
Behind those eyes, what else you got in there? 'Cause you make me feel like I should learn to stop time.
And yet you can already feel a little more room, a little more effects on the vocals. But if I unlink the channel and I allow the compressor to operate independently on the mid and the side channels, this is what happens. Let's go on a part with the vocal.
Behind those eyes, what else you got in there? 'Cause you
Without it.
make me feel like I should learn to stop time.
There's a lot more effects that come out. There's a lot more room in the drums and a lot of ambient in general coming out. And of course, if you want, you can adjust the controls on each channel independently. What I don't like is to have different release for the mid and the side. Now, this is just me, but I don't like that the mid channel is breathing differently from the sides. Okay, maybe once in a million I might adjust the attack differently or the threshold, but usually I don't. Usually when I think about mid-side compression, this is why I want to do it, because I want to widen the mix to control what's in the mid channel mostly and leave the sides breathing a little bit more and still controlling, but give it the same glue. And the same glue for me is the same release, the same breathing time, the same attack. And for example, one trick you can use, you can overcompensate the makeup gain on the sides to make the stereo image even wider.
You make it hard, I wanna stop and stare. Behind those eyes, what else you got in there? 'Cause you
Okay. Of course, this is like way too much, but it's just to show you that you can really go overboard with it.
You make it hard, I wanna stop and stare. Behind those eyes, what else you got in there? 'Cause you make.
Okay, so what if you don't have a mid-side compressor? I'm gonna give you a little trick to make any wideband, a regular compressor, a mid-side compressor. So you download the BRAINWORX Solo is called. Now this is the Control V2, but the BRAINWORX Solo, it will allow you to do the same trick and is free. And if you take a look at the video on the best free plugins, you will find the link to download the BRAINWORX Solo. So how do you do the trick? The BRAINWORX has a matrix, a mid-side encoder and decoder built in. So you open one instance of the BRAINWORX, and you can see here in and out, LR, MS. So you go in LR and out MS, like this. And this is how it sounds. Let's turn the volume up a bit. You have on the left channel your mid and the right your side. This is regular stereo. This is encoded from LR to MS. Then you open a regular compressor. Let's take our Digistock. And you open a dual mono, LR. So if you want, you can go and tweak each channel, mid and side differently. But this way, being a dual mono, even if you use the same settings, it will react to the material in the mid and the channel independently, regardless if the settings are the same or not. It sounds weird now because we are going in stereo and out in MS into the compressor, which is dual mono. And then what you need to do, you need to put another instance of the BRAINWORX Solo. In this case, we have the control. And in this second instance, you're going in MS and out LR. And now you have your regular compressor compressing in mid-side. Okay? Okay, so let's recap this trick. You open one instance of the BRAINWORX, you set the input LR and the out MS. You open a dual mono compressor, any compressor that you want, just dual mono. And then after it, you open another instance of the BRAINWORX, going mid-side in and LR out. So this way, when we go into the compressor, on the left channel we have the mid, on the right channel we have the sides. This is a nice trick to make any regular compressor into a mid-side compressor. So this is it for mid-side compression. You can use it on the whole mix or single stereo tracks like drums and keys, piano, electric guitars, anything where you want to tame the dynamics of the mid channel and open up the stereo width a little bit. We will see some more uses for mid-side compression in the next episode when we talk about parallel compression. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next episode.